Hi, and welcome to another exciting edition of The Property Show. For the past 5 years, we have seen the real estate space evolve and new markets emerge. Here at The Property Show, we have continued linking property developers to potential buyers. The property pick of the week takes us to a beautiful country home in Nanyuki. We will also stop by Kitengela and see one of those beautiful gated communities. And for the city lovers, you've not been left out. We'll highlight an apartment with a touch of urban class in Kiambu County. Later on this episode, we'll change gears and go beyond as we talk to developers and interior designers and hear some amazing stories from those who have been part of this journey, sharing the impact of being featured on this platform.
Now, being partners with Property Show, we benefit in very many ways. One of the ways that we benefit is because you have a list of partners that we work with.
In fact, I remember we did the first feature was our first show houses in phase 1. Right from then, we've gotten a lot of attention in the market due to being featured on Property Show.
When you look at the new Maslow's hierarchy, under food, shelter, and clothing, they have Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi is very critical. So Wi-Fi is the mode that quite a lot of people are using to connect to the internet right now.
Sit back and let's unpack the endless goodies the real estate bag has in store for us. As always, there is something for everyone. When it comes to property acquisition, today's buyers are sophisticated and demand more. Starting us off on our property pick of the week, we head off to the town, famed for having one of the best views of Mount Kenya in all its glory, and check out a country house. This property is specially picked for those dreaming to tuck away from every day's hustle and bustle of city life and enjoy the tranquility of country living. Let's see more.
Located in the scenic town of Nanyuki in Laikipia County is this magnificent 3-bedroom house built on 5 acres of land. The property is in Mukima area, 12 kilometers from Nanyuki town on a tarmacked road. Accommodation features include spacious lounge, fireplace, dining area, kitchen with ample storage, 3-bedroom all-en-suite. Salient features include standby generator, well secured by Nanyuki Community Patrol, sufficient water, 1 million litre dam, 50,000 litre tanks, and landscaped gardens. Malls nearby are Nanyuki Mall and Cedar Mall. Other shopping and banking facilities are accessible at the nearby Nanyuki town. Schools nearby are Breba Nanyuki, Brickwood School, and Moi Equator Girls School. The Nanyuki General Hospital is also in close proximity. Price is 35 million Kenya shillings.
Our next stop is Milimani Homes in Kitengela, set in a serene gated community along the Nairobi-Namanga Road. Let's see what they have to offer.
Milimani Homes. Milimani Homes are 3-bedroom ensuite bungalows situated in Kitengela, about 1.5 kilometers off Old Namanga Road and 5 minutes drive to Kitengela town. It is a gated community secured with a brick wall. Each house sits on a 50 by 100 plot with separate titles. Accommodation includes spacious lounge that opens to a veranda, separate dining area, spacious open-plan kitchen, 3 bedrooms all en suite, and plinth area of 155 square meters. Salient features include 24-hour security, parking area, individual garden, and adequate water supply.
City lovers, you have not been left out. These high-class modern developments along Kiambu Road are your best bet of convenience. What's more, recreational amenities and the generously spacious rooms to the elegant architectural features give Dainty Apartments that touch of urban class. Shall we check them out?
Dainty Apartments is a development located in a serene neighborhood located 50 meters from Kiambu Road, approximately 1 kilometers from Kiambu town, and 20 minutes drive to Nairobi CBD. Dainty Apartments comprises of 48 units of 2-bedroom apartments measuring 93 square meters and 24 units of 3-bedroom apartments measuring 108 square meters and is dubbed as your apartment of choice. Accommodation includes spacious living room cum dining with a balcony, open-plan kitchen fitted with MDF cabinets with granite countertops, fine interior finishes and sanitary ware, ceramic tiled floors, master bedroom ensuite, common washroom and WC. Amenities include high-speed lifts, children's playing area, gym, sauna and steam baths, parking, perimeter wall and 24-hour security, and backup generator.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer, you want to sell, or looking for a sound investment opportunity, First Avenue has all your problems solved. Visit our offices, call, or engage us on our social media platforms, and we'll guide you on how to get started. Let's shift gears and look through the lenses of some of the developments that have been featured right here. To start us off, we chat with Casa Apartments.
Casa is actually a very elegant, modern and exquisitely designed project done in 2 phases. Phase 1 was 10 2-bedrooms and 10 1-bedrooms, and the phase 2, which is now currently that we are working on, is actually a whole 20 units of 2-bedrooms. 2 flavors of 2 bedrooms. For phase 1, the 2 bedrooms are sold out. We actually sold out a year ago. And for the 1 bedrooms, we only have 3 units remaining, which we are now currently under clearance sale. Some of them actually have tenants. So if anybody will be looking at getting an investment, you can actually invest in a 1 bedroom and actually enjoy the tenants who are already inside. For phase 2, the 20 units, which is basically currently under construction, we have 2 types of 2 bedrooms. The one that is a 2 en suite, that has sold out. and the one that has a walk-in closet, we only have 2 units remaining. So it's basically been very well received, and we expect to be sold out in the next, the 2 units to sell out in the next 1 month. We used EPS technology from National Housing Corporation. Earlier on, when we started working on phase 1, we were actually looking for a technology that can allow us to produce units pretty quickly and also at a reasonable costs. So we started that out in phase 1 with the partnership we had with the National Housing. They've been very at least supporting in terms of delivery of our orders. Now the technology itself is pretty good in terms of it has some very nice features of it creates rooms that are very well thermally insulated. The building is actually light, so structurally you actually get to have cost savings on the structure itself. Yeah. It also has other features like it's bulletproof. It has elements of soundproofing, and anytime when it's very hot outside, the rooms are usually very cool. So we've actually liked the features of the EPS. In terms of cost saving, we've seen that right from phase 1, we did a cost saving of about 20-25% on the structure, which we actually passed on to our buyers by the level of finish. I'm sure you've seen that the kind of level of finishing in these units is pretty high. In fact, that's why we call them luxury apartments. So we pass a value to our buyers. Also, I'd like to mention for people looking at investment, Ongata Rongai is the next real estate frontier. Yeah, meaning we have a dual carriageway which is actually planned right from Galleria to Iserian. We have a bypass from Kitengela coming down through Tuala right to where La Casa is, and we also have an SGR station not very far from where La Casa is. So we are looking at a huge capital potential. Once these infrastructural developments are completed, we are looking at properties in Rongai, not just La Casa but Rongai generally, really appreciating in value. In fact, our estimates will be they'll be doubling in value in the next 5 to 6 years. So for investors, this is really the time to come to Rongai, to look at the lovely apartments that we have. The kind of our buyers, we actually have very young families, yeah, guys who love some nice, beautiful spaces to live in. In fact, for us at La Casa, we say we are not selling apartments, we are selling lifestyles. In fact, I remember we did the first feature was our first show houses in phase 1. Right from then, we've gotten a lot of attention in the market due to being featured on the property show, and even in the several other features that we've been featured in, we have actually received a tremendous reception in the market. Yeah. Right now, people recognize La Casa because they see it on the property show. Yeah. So it's been a very nice, good partnership with the property show, and we actually look forward to a continued working relationship with property show so that we can continue delivering the promise of property show that there's something for everyone.
Today we are looking through the lenses of some of our partners who have been featured on this show. Let's hear their perspective. Karibu sana on the show, Irene, once again.
Thank you so much, Nancy.
How are you seeing the market unfolding?
The market has been very vibrant after the elections. In terms of the inquiries, they've increased. The projects that had stalled, where developers were taking their time, they've now come back. And even more inquiries, not just in Nairobi, but other parts of the country.
As a project management firm, what is your role in our developments?
Our role starts from the conception of the project. We come and see your land, we conceptualize the project, we advise you on what is viable, we walk with you the journey, we help you in terms of getting the other consultants and ensuring that whatever we are about to build is something that is acceptable in the market.
So do you help me get a feasibility study?
Oh yes, we do that. We help you get the feasibility study. We help you file the bankable documents. If we need to look for finance, we also help you in terms of getting finance.
But you also help me get the actual finance?
Yes, we do that. We have partners that we work with, not only the banks, but other institutions.
So which are the key projects you're handling?
As you know, Nancy, we've been partnering with KPA Pension Scheme. We started with Bandari Villas, then moved on to Bandari Apartments Phase 1, which they were very successful. Now we are doing Bandari Apartments Phase 2, which is also a bigger project than what we had done in the other projects, in the other phases. We are also doing malls, Nancy. We have a mini mall that we're doing in Karen, on Karen Langata Road. And we also have Limuru Mall, which is going to open up Limuru town. It's the first mall in Limuru area.
What's your role when you're handling malls? Do you also get the anchor tenants?
Oh yes, so we cannot start a project without knowing who's going to be the anchor tenant. For the mall to be successful, we ensure we get the anchor tenant for the developers and also any other tenant that would come in.
Wow. I know Irene, you and I have walked a very long journey.
Yes.
Since I started the show.
Yes.
What has been your take being featured on this show?
Indeed, Nancy, it has been very successful in terms of brand visibility, not just as a company, but also the projects that we are doing. You've walked with us from the concept, from the groundbreaking ceremony. You've brought in people during the bus tours. You've also brought us buyers, and it has been very successful.
A lot of developers who are not sure how this platform transforms projects, what would you tell them?
I would advise them to come and partner with you, because you work with developers from the concept to the end of the project. You not only just come and feature the show, but you also sell the projects. So I would advise them to work with you anytime. Now, being partners with Property Show, we benefit in very many ways. One of the ways that we benefit is because you have a list of partners that we work with. We get to also work with them. And in terms of your customers, you have a wide customer base. So you tend to bring these buyers to us, and they make the project very successful. And that also shows that our brand becomes more visible.
And what should you expect when you join us for our bus tours? One of the highlights of the property show is our signature bus tour. What is it all about? How do you join the ride? And what's the day like on the bus? Let's hear Susan's bus tour experience. Karibu sana on the show.
Thank you very much, Nancy.
And how did you get to hear about the bus tour? How did you book? And how was your experience?
Well, I got to hear about the bus tour from a friend of mine who was looking for property, and had told her that I would support her in any way. So I actually didn't even get to book. So she just told me the date, told me on a Saturday morning, be at International Lifehouse. And that's how I found myself on the property show bus tour.
How was your experience after getting at International House?
First of all, I liked the spirit of excellence. It was very well organized and very systematic. So the first thing we went and did is we signed up, gave our details. And then surprisingly, they had a sumptuous breakfast for us at that hour. I didn't actually expect that, to be honest. I think I'd already had breakfast because I expected it's just a bus tour. You just get on the bus and, no refreshments. So we then had breakfast. After breakfast, we had an overview of what to expect and the different areas that were there, and giving us just a background about the business and who would be in the different buses with us. So it was, for me, it was very well executed. Yeah.
And which route did you pick?
So we took the route that went to Kiambu, the Kiambu route, and that was very interesting because we did Kiambu, I think, and we did Kahawa, and even went to Roiro. For me, it was a very good experience because we saw different kinds of property. We saw very high-end, we saw some very nice furnished, we saw townhouses, we saw apartments in Kiambu. So it gave me a very good just overview of the different properties that are there and the different things that you can do. which for me definitely would not have happened if I was going by myself. I would not have been able to see those properties.
Many people who hear us talking, join us for the bus tour, join us for the bus tour, I'm sure don't understand the nitty-gritties and what we offer. Maybe you can break down. If you're alone, you won't get such opportunities to see all those properties, and what else should they look out for?
Okay, so one of the things also that for me this bus tour stood out for me is that we were able to have the different partners in the bus. Each bus had somebody from the legal side, and we had a financial institution. So the idea was that any questions that you had would be able to be addressed as you're going through, as you're seeing the property. And I really liked that, because many people sometimes are not very sure about what it involves getting your first property, the legal process. And even in terms of the financial, just understanding that it is possible for you to be able to afford property where you are at. It doesn't have to be very expensive. There are ways that you can go about it. So I like that, so that, and even gave you the opportunity as you saw different properties and you were probably interested, then you would go and ask the financial institution, this is amount X.
And this is what I earn.
And this is what I earn.
This is where I am.
This is where can I be able to afford, you know? So I really like that, because anybody who was interested, even for a first timer, even if you don't see the property, you will come out wiser.
You come out with knowledge.
Exactly.
Wow. And what about the rest of the day? So you went from one property to the other, had lunch in the bus tour, had lots of fun.
Yes. And another thing I need to add is that as we went to the different properties, we were able to meet the developers. Now, under normal circumstances, that doesn't happen. You probably go and find
a
site rep. But here was the developer. So the developer answers your questions, and then we had different people asking different questions that don't even cross your mind. Yeah. So then you get a response. So it was very enlightening, just having the developer there. So, and as I said again, it was really well executed. We had snacks and water as we were going round. And in the final venue, we actually then, as we were seeing the property, we had a very nice lunch. A hot lunch that started from the starter to, and we had dessert. So for me, that was very good, because initially one of the things where I was hesitant, I was like, I'm going to go in a bus ride a whole day. You're going to be so tired. What am I going to eat? What am I going to be? It's going to be so boring. But this was fantastic. You didn't even notice the time passing. And I at the end of the day, I came out more knowledgeable. I came out wiser and more informed.
For people who are watching us and they wonder, they still haven't made up their minds on joining us on the bus tour, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that you have more to gain than to lose. That even if you're not in that position where you're ready, knowledge is power. You're going to be able to see what is out there and begin to do your research, so that when you're finally able to, when you're ready to make that decision, you'll have all the information that you get, and it will be time well spent. As I keep saying, these are people of excellence. You, at the end of the day, you will not be feeling tired, you will be happy. Yeah.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Thank you very much.
Don't go away. We'll be right back after the break.
Introducing the Freedom Data Bundle, the only data bundle that gives you free SMS, free WhatsApp, and free Telkom to Telkom calls. Dial *544# today and experience real freedom. Telkom, moving with you.
Welcome back. You're watching The Property Show. There is a new wave of internet solutions, from home plans, 4G network, to affordable products that keep you connected wherever you are. Next, Chris shares insights on this topic. Chris, we all know you as the pioneer of internet in Kenya. Just talk to us about where the internet has come from, where we are today, and where you see the internet in the coming days.
So, yes, it has been a long journey, 21 years.
Wow.
Obviously, we started from dial-up. In fact, I like to say, prior to internet, of course, everybody was using fax. So we started from international faxes, which were expensive, because that's how you communicate. Then you move to dial-up. With the dial-up, the main issues were, of course, the copper cables, the modems, and if you didn't hear your machine going to then you know there's a problem.
Yes.
Then you move from dial-up, and then we moved to wireless, some of the VSATs, dishes. Then we moved to lease lines. And then finally, it all moved towards fiber. In between wireless and fiber, then came the mobiles. We started getting SMS on phones, then a bit of 2G, edge technology, then 3G, and then finally 4G and LTE. So that has been it. Very soon, we expect to have what you call fiber on air. So the devices that are coming out can do quite, by 5G, you are going to be able to watch a whole movie with very little data on your phone. And so a lot of things are moving wireless. Wi-Fi, of course, has become, when you look at the new Maslow's hierarchy, under food, shelter, and clothing, they have Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi is very critical. So Wi-Fi is the mode that quite a lot of people are using to connect to the internet right now. Moving forward, you'll have faster technologies on both on the GSM or the telco networks and on Wi-Fi. And what we are saying is that you'll have fiber on air, where it's so fast, it's almost like laser speed.
Wow.
And we believe...
When do we expect to get the 5G?
You know, every 18 months there's a major change of technology. It's just that it may come to Kenya a bit later. But I believe we are already deep into 4G. Within 3 to 4 years, you'll have 5G over here.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Let's go back to the SME offer. How do you differentiate your product and other products in the market?
So we believe that the SME market has 3 main components that the users, the SMEs want. SME wants a good priced product. Let's not beat around the bush. Price matters to the SME. So one of the differentiation is that, as I'd mentioned earlier, we've tried to keep most of the SME products below 10,000 shillings.
Per month?
Per month, yes. Fixed cost below 10,000, so that you can have a good enough service and it's convenient enough for your business to work. Because remember, the SME might operate physically from their home, but that doesn't mean that what they want is home internet. What they want is internet that they can use for their business. It's just that the location is home. So the first, like I said, is price. The second is actually convenience, in terms of convenience of paying. Right now, as you know, we have revamped our shops. If you go to Sarit, you go to Capital Center, you go to town, we have very beautiful shops, very friendly people, making life very convenient for people to buy our product and to engage with us. So that's another thing, convenience. We made it easy. We're using our retail outlets to push. Then the third, obviously, is reliability. Everybody knows. In fact, when we relaunched, our competitors, one of our competitors put out a tweet saying, we welcome back our mother. So everybody knows Telkom is the mother. We are the ones who have big capacity coming into the country. We are the ones who provide for many of the other smaller ISPs to use our services. We have the infrastructure. So reliability. We have redundancy on our fiber routes. We have redundancy on our wireless routes. We have redundancy on our GSM or 4G, 3G routes. So we make it, reliability is a third. Then, of course, we wrap all of this up with smiley faces, with customer engagement to make sure that our experience, the customer experience, is tip-top. That is our differentiation.
Wow. We all know the internet has a lot of opportunities. Visit Telkom outlets wherever you are and get connected. As someone best put it, Your home should tell the story of who you are and the things you love. Let's look at some trends your home should be transforming into this season.
I've showcased a number of spaces on the property show. One was on the balcony space, the other was on the entryway, and the last one was on the visitors' cloakroom. Well, interior design entails decorating, accessorizing your house, furniture and deco placement and arrangement, and it also means house finishings like wall paint, fixtures, flooring, everything. So that all entails interior design. An interior designer brings in a lot more than you might think. You might have some colors in mind, maybe you want to pick a furniture or two, maybe you've been gifted or from the supermarket, but when an interior designer comes, they actually advise you on which colors go in together or which furnitures would go in together. So at the end of the day, you have a very stylish, finished, well put together look that fits in together. Interior design is not expensive. That notion is far put off, because when you approach an interior designer, they work with your budget basically. So whatever amount you have available for interior design, they use that to source for items. So they will work with your budget. There is no need for fear of it being expensive. And you don't have to finish the whole house at one go because it is quite costly. You can begin with one space at a time, maybe small spaces moving into bigger spaces, or what you feel is your most urgently wanted to use space. Maybe you entertain a lot and you'd like your dining space to accommodate a lot of people. Maybe that is your most urgent space. You can begin there, move into the sitting room some other time, move into the balcony. Maybe you want to accommodate more guests at the balcony, move there. So no, there's no urgency to do everything at one go. You can do it one room per time. When I'm designing a space, it would depend. If this house is unfinished, of course, we are not just looking at interior furnishings. We're also looking at roofing, ceiling, doors, paint, flooring types, because there's tiles, there's wood, there's laminates. But if it's a finished house, you just need to put furnishings. From that, I will pick a style. I will check if it's wallpaper or if it's wall color. What style can it go with? What other item can I bring of a different color or a different style that will go in with what I've already found? It's much easier to work with an unfinished house, because you walk in, you dictate everything that happens, of course, following the style of the owner, the colors that they love before painting, and the types of furnishings they would naturally pick if they went out to buy for furniture. So yeah, those are some of the things that I pick. The way you build a house will dictate how you decorate the house. There are some houses which have very clear-cut, very clean lines, contemporary-looking designs. Of course, naturally, the interior design in that house will be very minimal, very contemporary and clear. Any furnishing, any lighting, anything you pick, the colors have to be, they will not be bold, they'll be very like white colors, toned down, because you're looking for clear-cut lines. So yes, the way you build your house will dictate the way the interior design will follow into that household. If you build a Victorian aged, which not many people do, it follows that the interior design should be English traditional or French traditional. It will blend into that design. Well, when you're looking for an interior designer, first of all, check their previous work. What do they do? Because naturally, some people tend to lean towards a specific style. Maybe this specific interior designer leans toward African deco, maybe another one very modern contemporary deco. So check their previous work. What are they doing? Is it something that you think you want in your house? And also check, how is this interior designer? Are they flexible? Can they multitask? Can they think out of the box to accommodate you as a client? Will they tell you, okay, we can't use this seat for something else? Can we repurpose? Can we repurpose for something else other than buying, because of course purchasing is expensive? So this interior designer you want, will they be able to think out of the box for you to give you what you want at the end of the day?
Let me just show you how it works. It changes the whole room.
you searching for that magical touch? We work with interior design professionals who can guide you in achieving the transformation you're looking for. Your connection is only a call away. Next, the home ownership story. We revisit inspirational stories and personal insights on how to get up the property ladder.
My home ownership journey started over about 4 years ago, a little bit over 4 years ago, and actually I started thinking about it before I was ready to actually buy.
You started dreaming?
Yes, yes. Oh, and actually, to be honest, like you're saying, I started dreaming way more than 4 years ago. So the dream started a long time ago. I always knew I'd want to live in a home that I owned. It's funny, but I never knew I wanted to own a home. I knew that I wanted to live in a home that I owned. So that
gives you security.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. And I think that's it for anybody who has children. It's about security, knowing that you have a place that your children can call home. So that's how my journey started off. So it was a difficult journey in terms of finding what worked for me. I looked at about 26, 27 different houses.
Wow.
When I was looking.
So what made this tick?
It's actually pretty interesting because when I initially came to see a house in this development, I didn't see this house. I saw my next door neighbor's house, and that's the house I wanted to buy, and that's the house I even made an offer on. And I actually walked in and fell completely in love with this home. There was just something about it in terms of it got me and I got it. I think
you got each other.
Yes, we got each other.
And buying a home again, it's a gut feel.
Yes, it's a gut feel. It's
yes,
an absolute gut feel.
Yes.
And I think maybe I can even tell it's a relationship because you're making a long-term commitment.
One of the biggest
very
financially.
Big, yes, a very big commitment that you're making. So I saw the next door house, and then my offer was not what the sellers were looking for, so I lost out on it. And I remember feeling, out of all these homes I've seen, this is the one that I really thought was my home. And then I remember just a few days after that offer went off the table, getting a phone call from somebody who knew me because through a fellow professional, and telling me that, oh, I had you interested in a house in this court, there's one available. It was completely providence. I think it was absolute providence, because a house that I finally fell in love with after seeing 26 something houses, and then it goes off the table, and then somebody else comes and says there's one available in the same court. So I came and I saw the house. I loved it.
This is it.
This was it.
Wow.
So if you have decided I want a home, you have to find out where and why there. Is it because of the schools? Is it because of where you work?
Is it because of capital gains?
Is it because of your capital? Is it because of what you can afford? Figure out. Once you have the why is covered, and you have the location, and you have a figure that you have locked in, then start saving. Let no one fool you that it will take forever, it is not possible to save. Of course, if you want to spend on fleeting luxuries, then they will come and go. But if you're focused, you will then achieve that dream, that home. Once you have that home, Nancy, I can now go and sit in any restaurant.
And enjoy anything you want to enjoy. Yes.
I can go and shop wherever I want. My husband and I can go to
any holiday.
The Maldives now. But had we spent our money then on those things, then we would not be here having this conversation.
I always say home ownership is a sacrifice, and it's a big sacrifice.
True.
What are the processes that caught you off guard along the way?
I would say for me, what caught me off guard along the way, we have been blessed, I must admit. It was a positive challenge that the property came sooner than we anticipated. When we saw the house, we knew this is it. So of course, you've put monies in investments, and now you have to pull the cash back together and negotiate. But other than that, I would say God has been faithful. Yes. So once, if you're very clear, the Lord does organize your way, and it is smoother than you would anticipate. The title is clean, the property is within a good location, and yet it is fee simple, meaning it is not leasehold.
It's freehold.
It is freehold. So God is faithful. We were able to do a search and find out the property is okay. So God is faithful.
My advice to first-time buyers is to start small. Save if you have a circle, if you have a bank, save small money or start with whatever you have. Go identify the land you want, if you want to buy a land, that is. Then with that you can pay in installments and you can reach your goal. Some of the things that caught me off guard in the building is mostly workers. While constructing, workers, sometimes they disappoint, they do whatever you did not instruct, or they don't come, or it's on a Saturday, they are drunk, so they don't come on a Monday. So those are some of the challenges.
You too could share your journey and inspire many towards the first step onto the property ladder. Just call on us and we'll be glad to feature your inspiring story. Next, other investment opportunities available in the market.
Nestled in a beautiful setting comprising of 14 rustic homes, this 5-bedroom house offers a grand lifestyle. This stunning development is situated in Muirtony Ridge off Muirtony Road in Karen and sits on a half-acre piece of land. Accommodation features include entrance lobby, spacious lounge, a fireplace, modern fitted kitchen with a pantry, dining area, study room cum office, guest bedroom with a walk-in closet, visitor's cloakroom. The upper floor comprises of master bedroom with jacuzzi and shower cubicle, 3 bedrooms all en suite with wardrobes, and family room with a fireplace. Salient features include gated community, large compound, neatly trimmed fences, parking for 3 cars, 24-hour security guard, and backup generator. The development also has domestic quarters for 3 people. Price on inquiry. One General Mathenge is an executive luxurious living located at General Mathenge Drive Westlands off Peponi Road and 8 kilometers from the CBD. This pristine apartment is in a proximal area close to various malls like the Sarat Center, Westgate Mall, MP Shah Hospital and Aga Khan Hospital. The development sits on a 3-acre riverfront which has a total of 43 units of 3, 4 and 5 bedrooms all en suite. Accommodation includes a spacious living room, dining area, fully fitted open-plan kitchen, pantry, spacious bedrooms all en suite with inbuilt closets, visitors' cloakroom, self-contained servants' quarters, dopey areas, balcony, and ceramic tiles. Salient features include 2 heated swimming pools, standby generator, solar water heating, 5 high-speed lifts, ample visitors parking, CCTV cameras, fully equipped gym, social hall, games room, children's playground, jogging track, landscaped gardens, borehole, fiber optic link, and boundary wall with electric fence. Prices on inquiry.
the right partner when venturing into the real estate market. At First Avenue, we understand the dynamics and will hold your hand every step of the way. Visit our offices. You can also call us or engage us on our social media platforms. Private viewing can be arranged too. Thank you for watching The Property Show. Join me next Sunday, same time, same place, as I continue to unpack the endless goodies the real estate market bag has in store for us. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.